Alright, I'll be picking up where I left off on the Facebook stream. I was going to do this on YouTube. I was going to do this on YouTube yesterday, but I forgot that YouTube requires 24 hours before it allows you to stream for some reason. Some dumb reason.
The attacks may be slowing down, but this town...
Did you see that stranger next to Old King?
So...
You look as though you could use a strong hand to help you out.
Here, yeah. 1 second. Okay. Fields of Misery. Yeah, that sounds lovely.
The large, sluggish beasts can thrive in any grassland or forest, provided there is enough water. Farmers will recognize these brutes as the savage cousins of the common pack beast, a tame breed that was likely domesticated nearly 2,000 years ago. One can hardly imagine the trouble that effort must have taken.
I grow stronger.
Goblin, where is he? Where is he? Come here.
Some time ago, I revealed that the Khazra, or goatmen, were originally humans until the Vizieri corrupted them. For many years, these creatures were simple and lethargic. These days have ended. Khazra attacks are widely reported, and the number of fatalities is higher than anything in my records.
So yeah, this is my Geralt character. It's kind of appropriate right now since he's got the kind of the butcher cleaver look going on. Butcher Blaviken. I just started this character yesterday, so if you were watching that stream, yeah, this is the same character that I was doing yesterday.
Against my blow.
Maybe halfway through the first act.
I have heard the most ridiculous tales about travelers being ambushed by vicious trees. It is too much.
I think I'm usually about
the wood wraiths
level
are
30
not
by the
plants,
time I'm
but fully
in Act
mobile
2,
beasts
so yeah,
who have taken on the guise of foliage to ensnare their prey. Only a simpleton could be fooled by such a trick.
I didn't have my mic on yesterday just because I was kind of in a hurry yesterday, which is, I'm sure, understandable since we're all kind of dealing with this coronavirus in different ways. So today, I'm in a much better mood. I got a lot done on my comic book box project. I have started staining it. So it's looking really... I stained part of the lid. It's looking really nice, so I might post some pictures on my Facebook later. But, so I got pretty far on that, and then I don't know if I'll get to it tonight or if that'll be tomorrow, but I'm going to experiment with painting some D&D figurines. So, like I said, today or maybe tomorrow. I'm kind of in that real good state of feeling accomplished. And, I don't know, starting something new tonight might make that good feeling disappear. I don't want to ruin that feeling right now. I want to hold on to that accomplished feeling as long as I can. So right now I'm kind of just going around for the experience. I like to explore the entire area and soak up as much experience as I can for each character before I actually do what the plot line is asking me to do. I kind of hate those toad guys. Even if your character is really fast, they're still somehow managed to run over. Which is really annoying when they freeze you. Like that.
Not enough fury.
I did a short stream a little while ago.
The beasts that killed him are near. I smell their spoor.
Well, I guess it wasn't a stream so much as it was just a recording. But I don't know that I actually posted it, but I have another character that I recorded, Hariel, which is based on the main character from my novel. But I decided he's pretty much leveled as much as I can at this point, and I mean, I can level him more, but he's level 70, so like right now it's basically just leveling his, I don't know if it's like a combat rating or something. Yeah, he's gone through the main story, so I was kind of like, well, it's gonna be kind of not necessarily boring, but like for people who haven't watched Diablo 3, or it's not... doesn't help them understand what the game is, so... Not that there's, like, a whole bunch. Not that there's a lot to Diablo 3, but it's basically point at that enemy and kill it.
I've gained new power.
There's a little more to it. You know, it's not one of the more complicated games. Certainly less complicated than I would say the first two games in the series were. I remember Diablo 2 was a lot harder than Diablo 3 is. In fact, specifically I remember Uriel being in the second act being a pain in my ass. I mean, they basically put you in a 4 foot by 4 foot room with him and are like, okay, good luck.
An unprotected chest, or a lure for the unwary.
It's trapped. This is definitely a trap. What did I say? First. Yeah.
Or fury.
And you're done. You're done. Let's see, what goodies do we have? That I'll swap out. That I can wear. That I'll swap out. Those I'll swap out. Yeah, and the rest of that I'll either salvage or sell. Let's see. I actually check on my stream here because sometimes it likes to stop working on me, so okay. Looks like we're still streaming, so that's good. Oh, I already... Okay, where haven't I been? Okay. I do like the, I do like Diablo 2 better than Diablo 3, but Diablo 3 is a lot easier to stream. Diablo 2 is unfortunately old enough of a game that you actually, in order to stream it, you have to do a monitor capture, and that can go well, and it can go really
Crusaders
bad.
swore an oath to dedicate their lives to the search. None believed that they would be the one to end the crusade by finding and cleansing the corruption. They believed the search ennobled them, that the discipline of their life and journey was the true goal. The crusader was meant to find meaning in the quest itself.
Forsaken Grounds. That sounds even more lovely. We really need to come up with better names for places. I mean, maybe if they didn't name everything Forsaken or Miserable and stuff like that. Maybe demons wouldn't walk to those places. Did they ever consider that? I mean, I guess maybe that didn't really work well for, maybe Tristram tried that and nope, that's not it. Demon's gonna be evil no matter what. I will say that I like some of the abilities of Diablo 3 a little better. Particularly some of the Barbarian's abilities and the Necromancer's abilities. I really like what they what they kept the same, and also some of the changes that they made. So
My land is saved. Bless you.
specifically, I like that they kept the Necromancer's corpse explosion. That was one of my favorite abilities, and I'm sure it's a lot of people's favorite abilities in Diablo 2, and I'm glad Blizzard caught on to that. Love it when I'm so obviously not in their way anymore and they charge anyway. I'm just like, hey, I'm over here now. Oh, how's it going?
I will not be denied. Smile on you.
Kind of like that shockwave of, or seismic slam, I guess it's called, of the Barbarians. It's kind of a nice ability when you're facing a lot of, like, a large horde of enemies. It's kind of nice to be like, hey, get away from me. I don't like you. I don't like your demon face in my face. Alright. Lots of dead villagers. Okay. Bloody chest. Well, that was disappointing. That was utterly anticlimactic. 5 gold. Yay! It was so worth those, like, 5 villagers dying over 5 gold. Yup. This game be like that sometimes. Alright, I guess I'm supposed to go back down here. Actually, I'm gonna go to this cave first.
Time to test my skill. I need fury.
Excuse me. I don't, yeah, my mic that I'm using is actually, not a headset. It's actually, a mic that I bought for recording both audiobooks and, voice acting, so it's gonna, the good part of it is that it's a really good mic. The bad side of it is that it picks up everything. Even if I turn away from the mic to sneeze or cough, it still picks it up when I want it. So, in fact, I think my dad has been watching television in the same room that I'm doing this, and like certain conversations on the TV, it'll pick up that too. So, luckily, I have the room to myself right now, but yeah, it's been known to pick up a lot of background noise at times, so if that happens, I apologize.
Not enough fury.
Definitely gonna take the axe. That looks shiny. And I'll take all that too. Alright, two-handed axe. Legendary two-handed axe. Okay. What is this? The Executioner. Attacks will slay enemies with less than 9% health. Monster kills grant plus 10 experience. I'll use that. Okay. I'll use that. And the rest of this, I guess I can, like I say, salvage or sell. Alright. I got me a big bloody axe. this game. So much fun. I haven't explored all of this yet. Let's see. Probably do check the stream again. Looks like it's still recording, so I know on like more heavy graphics games, like I was streaming Arkham Knight yesterday too, and I know that on heavy graphics games like that, the program that I use to stream tends to either just kind of freeze the frame, or like the visuals will pause and you'll still hear the game going in the background. Either that or it will just stop the stream, and it's kind of annoying for games like that.
I've gained new power.
I've had good luck with Diablo 3 so far.
We must hurry with the ritual. Magda will be here soon.
This shard glows with the stranger's light.
Who are you to take what is mine?
I take the sword to its owner.
Regardless, I have claimed it. I am Magda, and I lead this coven. The shard is mine.
To hell with you, witch.
Very well. Let the games begin.
So, I suppose that every game needs to have that one annoying enemy.
Well fought. But you will never possess the next piece. It has fallen where only the ancients may tread.
But I kind of wish that they could have made Magda even less annoying. Like, I don't know. Maybe other people don't mind her as much, but I'm kind of like, you're literally a demon that exists to create more fetch quests for me. So, I mean, I guess Diablo is kind of a fetch quest game, but I would argue that it's less so than maybe some other games, but yeah, it's when characters are created purely to create more fetch quests, that kind of bothers me. That's kind of annoying. But I'm not a game designer, so you know, that's just my opinion as a game player. Oh, right.
I am returning to town. A witch named Magda and her followers also seek the sword. I had to wrest the first piece from their grasp.
Uncle Deckard, you sound like those dark cultists you told me about.
Very good, Leia. You have been paying attention. Stranger, does any of this jar your memory?
I have no memory of this coven, but I sense a far darker shadow guiding its hand.
Magda knows where the next piece is, but her words are cryptic. She said it fell where only the ancients may tread.
That makes me think of the drowned temple near the festering woods. I remember you telling me about it, Uncle.
Exactly, Leia. The temple was home to the Nephilims. Leia, your knowledge could be invaluable. You must go and help our friend retrieve the sword piece.
The Nephilim were ancient humans with fantastic powers. Legend holds that they waged a terrible battle near the temple, and that their ghosts still war with one another.
The writing of this game, just in general, is not as good as what was in the first two Diablo games. I think the first two Diablo games, they kind of, well, especially the first one, seemed to be aware of the phrase "less is more," and they kind of only gave you the bare minimum of what you needed to understand what was going on in the game. Diablo 3 was like, you'll never find this item that you need for this quest. It's hidden where only the ancients may tread. And then you go back to town and they just happen to know exactly where that is.
I miss Chaldeum.
What do you miss?
You there! Please help! They're going to kill my friend! Thieves are going to kill my friend if we don't do something. Help me break these bonds and see for yourself!
What do they want with your friend?
She's just a farmer's daughter, Sasha, but she has a relic that the thieves are after.
Where is the relic?
My sweet love will save me.
Release the girl. The relic belongs to her.
You actually believe what this scoundrel tells you? Fine, you fools. We'll kill the both of you.
So much for killing me.
You won't get away from us this time! This isn't over. The rest of the Thieves Guild will find you.
Here's the relic, my love. I hid it like you asked. Father's grown suspicious of us, but that won't matter once we're married. It won't be long, right?
Of course, my dear. Soon we will settle down to a quiet life of tilling the fields and raising children. But first, I have to sell this relic. Alas, I must travel away with my friend here to do so.
You wish to join me?
Yes, yes! You look like you know a lot about markets. Now, lead the way. Wait! The relic is a fake! Gods, I should have known! You seem like you could use a helping hand, and I sure as hell don't want to stay around here. Ah, there you are.
What of your betrothed?
Betrothed? Do I look like the marrying kind to you? By the way, my name is Lyndon.
No, Absolutely
But the
not.
tomes say of Alaric and this temple is not encouraging.
I don't like the scoundrel at all.
Must be Alaric the Guardian. Uncle Deckard told me of your eternal watch over this cursed place. I thought it was a myth.
Are you Nephilim?
No. There have been no Nephilim for a millennium.
Yet another myth. You seek entrance to this temple, but only a Nephilim can enter. If you retrieve the keys from the outlying tombs and use them on the gates, we will see who and what you truly are. Follow me. I will raise the bridge that you may pass. Seek 2 tombs in the woods beyond. The warrior's rest and the crypt of the ancients. Within them reside.
The other thing that I like more about Diablo 2 is just the art. Not that I don't like the art of Diablo 3, but...
Jewels are stronger than most risen dead.
The art of Diablo 2 was more... I don't even know how to describe it. I guess I would say more gothic. And Diablo 3 definitely has more of a cartoony, the art looks more like World of Warcraft than the original 2 Diablo games did. Like a lot of the features are kind of exaggerated. And like I say, it's not at all something that I don't like. It's just I wish they would have kept more of that kind of gothic look of the second Diablo game. Diablo 2 definitely, the artwork is very similar to, I guess I would say, Dark Souls or Bloodborne. Definitely Bloodborne. And
that's all of them.
And I just felt like it fit the world, the artwork fit the story that was being told. And I don't feel like that's as much of the case.
I could open my own little inn somewhere.
When, with Diablo 3.
Well, if you ever want a job, I wonder who killed these soldiers.
We'll soon find out.
And then, of course, there's the soundtrack as well. Diablo 2 had a great, amazing soundtrack. Like, I remember the first time playing through the wilderness levels of the first act of Diablo 2. Just the music. Every time I listen to that, the music from those levels, I just get chills because I think about my first time playing Diablo 2. And music for Diablo 3 is just really quiet by comparison. Almost to the point where you don't even notice that it's there at all. So
I've got a bad feeling about this.
Take the hill, brothers! Don't let these dogs have it!
Must have been one of the Larynx people, but it didn't stop him from attacking.
Both sides of this ancient battle war against us.
Our enemies are legion, but they will not take us without a fight. We must hold them here while the keys to the Holy Temple are hidden away from their leader, the fiend Nereza. Resolve must not falter, then we would surely die to the last man.
I spent years exploring places like this with Uncle Deckard, which brings back memories.
That also reminds me of talking about the music. Actually, reminds me of just some of the atmosphere of the first two Diablo games was also there was.
I used to love traveling, seeing the world.
A build.
The world has changed
to certain levels.
Yes, it's not like it was.
That was. Like, for example, in the original Diablo, there was a, I can't remember the specific name for it, but it was like the Hall of Shadows or something to that effect. And there was a poem that went with that particular quest, and it described the Hall of Shadows, and you know, basically all this about shadows linger where light should be. That's just one of the lines that I remember from it. And what it actually was a, I mean, it was literally a Hall of Shadows, but it was a very thin labyrinth that had enemies that could disappear into the shadows and then reappear like directly behind you. And it was for an early 90s game, it was a very well done atmospheric part of that
Merrick
game.
says that our people can survive the coming battle, but I saw the truth in his eyes. Why did he order me to guard the beacon of honor? Those shambling things are slaughtering my people in the forest above, and there's nothing I can do to stop it.
Not be denied!
Yeah. So if you haven't played this game, molten enemies explode upon death. So you gotta get out of there pretty quick. Otherwise, particularly if you take out a bunch of them at one time, they will kill you upon their deaths. A lot of enemies in this game are like that, where they when they die, they try to kill you. Basically,
tell me about this inn.
Kamikaze or
the world is
whatever.
so dangerous. Everybody needs a quiet, safe place to rest and recover. A way station on their journeys.
There is no safe place.
That's why I want to make one.
That's different from the first two games that I do mention is the mass murders. I think that is kind of cool that the more enemies you kill, the more experience you're rewarded. I don't think that. Yeah, for sure it wasn't the first two Diablo games, at least not overtly. They might have still awarded experience for killing upwards of 15 enemies at a time, but like it didn't have the little blurb at the bottom of the screen that let you know how many enemies you had killed. So that's one thing that I think was a good change. Occasionally in Diablo 2, when you were fighting entire like an entire tomb of enemies and getting the same amount of experience no matter what, it could feel kind of, I don't know, occasionally it could feel like you'd been cheated in some ways, like there was no, apart from the treasure, there was no real reward for clearing an entire tomb or anything. And I think this game kind of took that and said, yeah, there should be an XP reward for clearing out an entire tomb.
Enter and defeat the guardians within. Although they are my brothers, they will seek your death when you enter.
Look at this architecture. This predates the Sin War.
None may enter the inner. Rise, my brothers. Rise and do battle.
I'm glad that's over.
Sure it's over?
I need fury.
In general, one thing that I love about the Diablo games is, particularly Diablo 2, is the fact that they introduced necromancers that weren't evil, weren't inherently evil at least, because prior to that, most, if not all, fantasy stories had necromancers as evil. And this at least, Diablo 2 at least, was the first fantasy game that I ever encountered where the necromancer was presented as a protagonist.
The world stone has been changed. Our children are born weak and suffer short lives. The demon Nereza promised to restore their power, but instead turned them into misshapen creatures and sent them to war against us. We may die, but not before she is sent back to the burning hells.
Your strength rivals that of our greatest champions. What now do you think you are? You may enter our most sacred place.
The noble hero fought his way here just to die.
Magda.
And who is this you bring with you? Adria's daughter? She has power within her. No matter. Your mother will soon share your fate, little one. The shard is mine. Fill this temple with their blood!
What did she mean my mother will share my fate? Could my mother be alive after all these years?
She is full of lies. Do not believe her.
This fight was too easy. She's toying with us. We must get back to Uncle Deckard right away.
I need to go back. We have the second sword piece. Where should I seek the third?
I remember a glow streaking towards a fishing village.
That must be Wortham.
Ah, brilliant, dear Leah. Have the ferryman take you there.
Okay. Let's see what else. Oh, I haven't leveled up in a little while. Well, I have, I just haven't looked at what my new abilities are. I think I'm gonna go with Cleave. I think I'm gonna stick with Seismic Slam. Then
yeah.
yeah.
Aren't adventurers supposed to, I don't know, do some adventuring?
Wife, don't think I don't see you undressing our fine hero.
I was thinking.
Don't hurt yourself.
I need a ferry to Wortham.
I will take you, but beware. Smoke rises from the village.
They're destroying the town! Get out while you can!
One of the men retrieved a strange artifact in his nets. It looked like a hilt of an ancient blade, but I know it must be more. The fisherman argued with me, but I convinced him to leave it in the safety of the chapel, a holy place, or a holy relic.
Death to those who defy me!
Please! My family's hiding in the chapel with the rest of the townsfolk. We must get to them!
Don't run off! You'll get yourself killed!
Fools! You cannot keep the sword from me!
This is bad.
My servants will burn this town to ashes!
There's something coming.
This will be a good battle. I grow stronger.
You saved us. We owe you our lives.
I seek the hilt of a sword. It fell from the sky and glows with strange magic.
We found it days ago. I wish we'd never brought it here. Come, I left Virgil to guard it. We will be glad to be rid of it.
I'm going back to Tristram to check on Uncle Deckard.
Damn, it's not here.
While you were on your hero's errand here, I captured all 3 sword pieces and your friends.
I should have known. I must get back to Kane's house.
It's your choice, Kane. Either use your Herodric arts to repair the sword, or your dear Leah dies a horrible death.
All this pain, this destruction. What is the sword to you?
To me, nothing. To my master, Belial, everything. Your rage is overwhelming, girl. You win this round, but if the sword cannot be mine, I'll claim the one it's bound to. In the end, the blade shall be mine. Uncle, you can't die.
Nothing can stop that now. But there is one last thing I must do. The sword must be made whole. Just as I suspected, the sword is of the high heavens. The stranger is an angel. Heed the journal. The truth lies within.
Uncle Deckard!
If only I could control this power, I could have saved him.
Do not blame yourself. Magda is the one who must pay for Cain's death.
Magda and her master Belial. The journal speaks of an angel falling from the heavens as the shadow rises from the abyss. The stranger is the key to all of this.
Angel or man, we must return the sword to him. It will restore his memory.
When my power erupted, I saw into Magda's mind for an instant. She's fled to the highlands. You can reach them through the caves above Wortham. You have to know, she'll be waiting for you.
I am ready for her.
Spiderlings alone may seem unthreatening, but their presence should be a warning for travelers. For wherever there are spiderlings, there will be matriarchs, and the fully grown arachnids are extremely protective of their young. The spiderlings themselves possess strong appetites, allowing them to do considerable harm to a cornered adventurer.
Hello, Wanderer. I sell quality potions and dyes at a fair price. Have a look if you like. Oh, and would you do me a favor? There's a lunatic down by the caves who wants a potion to make his blood sweet, if you can believe it. Would you mind bringing it down to him?
More fury.
The ubiquitous spider is one of the oldest and most adaptable creatures in the world. It also seems to have acquired an unfortunate susceptibility to magic. When exposed, the arachnids will increase dramatically in size and even cast spells. Due to this hazard, I recommend staying out of dark places whenever possible.
Okay.
I brought this potion from the alchemist.
This is perfect. My mistress will now accept me. Her blood and mine will soon sing as one.
So this is basically the Shelob's lair of this game. But also, I would say one of the easiest places to get massacres. Just because there's so many spiders. So many spiders. It still isn't nearly as bad as the, oh, there's, again, it's been long enough since I played Diablo 2 that I don't really remember the exact name, but there's a lair in Diablo 2, that... What? Like, you all saw that, right? That treasure goblin literally jumped out of the cocoon. I didn't know they could do that. I didn't know that treasure goblins could be hiding in cocoons. That's really interesting to know. But yeah, there's a lair in Diablo 2. That is, again, tiny little... puts you in tiny little hallways with a bunch of bugs. Just hordes and hordes of bugs. I don't think any of them are spiders, but they're like scarabs and other crap. And it's not a fun level of the game at all. As soon as you go in, you're like, yeah, I kind of want to be done with this.
A foe worth killing.
I had to turn my mic off for a while earlier, because my mom came into the room and she was on the phone and didn't realize that I was recording, so I just, rather than interrupt her phone call, I decided I'll just turn the mic off. So, other news, on Wednesday I'm going to be doing a stream about reviewing some of the comics that I have collected over the past, I don't even know how long it's been that I've been collecting comics now, probably about 2 years, somewhere around there. Yeah, because I got my Hot Comics membership in like September or October of 2018, I think it was. So it's almost 2 years that I've been seriously collecting comics, so fall of 2020 will be 2 years. So, but unfortunately, because of this, again, coronavirus, Diamond Comics distributor is shutting down for at least the next 2 weeks, so we will have no new comics for 2 weeks, which is understandable, but also kind of a bummer because comics were kind of what was one of the things that was getting me through this social distancing. So but rather than being overly down about it, I decided I'm just gonna review some of the comics I already have. So I haven't decided at what time I'm going to do that, but it will probably be in the evening at some point.
I'll taste your fear.
Just kind of want to coordinate it with, since I'm living in a shared space right now, I kind of want to coordinate it with my parents, so that when I'm recording, they aren't entering the room while like what just happened with this stream.
Ordinary.
So, especially since like these streams don't really require me to talk, but you know, a stream about reviewing comics would kind of require me to talk.
It is of the utmost importance that we secure my manor from the traitorous rabble in Tristram. The caves to the east are too close to my land. They must be blocked, completely obstructed. I believe the Archbishop Lazarus has magically bound some arachnids of late. They may serve us well.
So yeah, I was just going to do one comic on Wednesday, but that first one that I'm going to do is probably going to be brief enough that I could probably do multiple comics. So so I'm going to be reviewing Action Comics 1000, which is, for those unfamiliar, Action Comics was the name of the comic that started Superman. So it's, I can't remember if number 1000 was also the 80th anniversary of Superman. I feel like it was, but anyway, it was a celebratory issue of Action Comics, so I'll be reviewing that. It's a bunch of Superman short stories by well, not all, but a lot of the big names who worked on Superman over the years. So so I'll be reviewing that, and then probably the other story that the other comics that I'll be reviewing will be William Gibson's Alien 3, the comic that is based on his script that he wrote for Alien 3, which is actually, I would say that his script is as good, if not better, than the actual script that made it into film. There are things that I like about both of them, and things that I don't like about both of them. But certainly, William Gibson's script, I feel like it handled some of the side characters that we met in Aliens. I feel like it did a better job of handling them in a sequel. I need fury. It was, I mean, basically the Alien 3 movie just killed off a bunch of the characters that we met in Aliens, and there were a lot of people not happy about that. And I won't say I was one of them, but I did feel like they could have handled their, if those particular characters had to die, they could have handled their deaths a little better rather than killing them off screen. Yeah, so those will be the two that I'll be reviewing on Wednesday, and I'll go into a little more depth on both of those, and then I will, at the end of that stream, I will also talk about what I'll be reviewing next Wednesday. So yeah, if you're into comics, or even if you're not, because some people aren't into comics, but they're into the Alien films. Or even if you're not into Alien, tune in. Like I say, it'll probably be in the evening. I'll probably announce tomorrow what time I'm gonna be doing that on Wednesday. So, alright. So, let's see, what new abilities do I have? I think I'll do that one. There we go. And the other thing that I wanted to mention is, while I can't actually see comments on the stream while I'm playing,
My mistress has accepted me. Come close.
feel free to
Feel
leave
her
them
loving
comments or
embrace.
questions.
Some mistress.
Feel free to leave them, because even if it's a question that I can't answer like as I'm playing, I'll still look them over and get back to you on it. Maybe even in another stream. So yeah, like,
Please,
don't feel
help
like you
me.
can't talk
It's
to me
horrible.
while
She sucks
I'm
the innards from her
playing.
victims. Oh, no. No, it's too late. I hear her. The Spider Queen is coming.
Spider Queen.
Can't believe I got them in one hit. That's right, you better run. Alright. So, for those of you who are arachnophobic, spiders are all dead now. I know I have at least one friend who is arachnophobic, so, you know, they're all dead. They're all dead now.
Thank you. Thank you. Can we please leave
You
this horrible
can
place?
rejoin the stream. Alright. And into the pretty overlook with waterfalls, which is really nice after being in that spider cave.
It was terrible being stuck in there like that. Thank the gods you came along. What are you doing out here?
I seek a man taken by the Coven.
The Coven? I saw them dragging someone into Leoric's manor house. Perhaps it was the man you seek. You might have a small bit of trouble reaching there, though. I'm not proud of this, but I stole the stuff of a powerful Khazra shaman. The Khazra went mad and chased me to the caves. You can find the stuff in my cart in the Highlands. If you take it to the Khazra barricade, perhaps they will let you pass.
Alright. I think this is where I'm going to end this stream. It's a pretty good stopping point. I'm not gonna bother with the shrine right now, because, like I say, I'm going to stop and stop.
The wither moth is a curious phenomenon. It is tremendously large for an insect, and somehow its size allows it to expel a charging force when attacked. For this reason, few have survived to study it in great detail, including many notable academics. In fact, please do not inquire further upon this subject.
Salvage all this crap and call it good. I might do more streaming later on if I decide not to try painting figurines tonight, but yeah. So, like I say, that's where I'm gonna stop it for now. So yeah, I will, if I'm on later, I'll talk to you all then. If not, then take care. Particularly right now, please be sure that you're taking care of yourself and stay home if you can. I mean, obviously we've all got to go out for groceries and other essentials, but like I say, if you can, stay home. And if you want to game with me at some point, I am totally up for that. Obviously I love Diablo 3, so that's an option. But I have some other games too that some of which I haven't played in a while. So yeah, hit me up if you want a game at some point. All right, see you next time.